With me for this episode is Paul Prevade from Titan Flooring. Paul, welcome.
Hey, thanks, Jim. How are you?
Very good. Hey, for
Good.
everyone who's watching the interview here, could you go through and explain a little bit about yourself and Titan Flooring?
Sure. Titan Flooring, we're going into year number 6. We are a full service floor coating applicator. We do commercial, industrial, and residential. So you're familiar with obviously the decorative floor coating industry. We're involved with that again, full service, top to bottom. And we focus on the polyaspartic technology.
Very good. So, with your experience, and then obviously as a contractor installing floor systems, which sectors are strong right now?
We have seen an increase in all 3 sectors, commercial, industrial, residential. I think that's just a result of things going well in the economy. But one of the things that we have been pleasantly surprised with is the small manufacturing. We seem to be landing quite a few projects in that sector, which is not necessarily large spaces, but there seems to be a number of them. The second and third level manufacturing tiers seem to be doing very, very well.
So during the course of a year, do you have certain months that are more stronger in residential versus a commercial or an industrial?
Yeah, once you get to the spring months, the residential part of it picks up because we do a lot of garage floors, we do a lot of porches and patios. So those seem to be the stronger months on the residential side. We're pretty consistent throughout the year. With the technology that we use, it is not weather dependent. So we're able to do a garage floor in Pittsburgh in December and January and February. But again, I think just from the standpoint that people on the residential side are looking to do things in the spring and clean a garage out or clean out a basement or get ready for the summer months, that tends to pick up and be very strong, beginning in April through, October, November.
With the types of coating systems that are out there, which is your go-to coating system?
So we use a manufacturer called Flexbar. We use a 100% polyaspartic system. So again, it's not weather dependent. It allows us to do jobs very, very quickly. With a conventional epoxy, you could be 2 or 3 days on a typical, garage application or commercial application. We typically get done with the entire process in about 6 hours. So we have very fast overcoat times and very quick cure times. And the advantage to that for us, obviously, is we're able to get in and out and provide a good system for the customer. But the advantage to the customer is that there's minimal downtime. If you have a residential garage, when we leave, when the crew is done, the team is done putting a system down, within 2 hours, people were moving items back onto the floor. From a commercial industrial side, it really drastically minimizes your downtime. So we'll go into a commercial space and we're able to get it done in a day and they're returned to service the next day. Or if we're working with a general contractor, they're able to start their work again the very next day.
So based on that, I can see why your business is very successful. You're able to offer a quick turnaround, and probably with a lot of industrial and even some of the commercial, if you're dealing with anything food service wise or other type of industry service related, they can basically be minimize their downtime. You had mentioned about doing subcontracting work. Do you tend to do more subcontracting work or more direct work?
Right now, it's probably more direct work. We do work with a lot of the general contractors in the Pittsburgh area. But I would say as a percentage, we're probably 60-40, 60 towards the direct, 40 towards the general contractor.
And then with the coating system that you use, is there a lot of surface preparation required?
Yeah, there's surface prep, as you know, Jim, is very, very important. So we do a pretty extensive walkthrough prior to doing any type of coating system to make sure that we're we're grinding the surface correctly. We open up the concrete, we put a rough profile on it, because with any coating system, it's important that you do open up that top and you allow the coating system to wet out so that you get good adhesion. So yeah, it's something that we spend quite a bit of time on, just to learn it and understand it, because as you know, with concrete, things are always different. But yes, coating or the surface prep is very important to the entire process.
Now, are you able to offer decorative type of floor systems?
Yes, we do. We actually offer all types of floor systems. You may be familiar with what they call a decorative flake type system. We do those. We do the quartz system. We do metallic systems. We do a very good stain system. So any type of decorative finish that you see that's available with all other types of coating systems, those are also available with our portfolio of products and offering.
So obviously, with the, as you mentioned about the importance of surface preparation on the concrete surface, you're doing a thorough assessment. Your crews are actually, prepping the surface, doing any repairs that are required, and then they're going and they're doing the coating application. What type of training do your crews need to have?
Well, with the surface prep, we always go to the manufacturer. So for example, if we have a manufacturer of a certain type of equipment that we use for the surface prep, we make sure that all of our guys go through the proper training to understand both the process, the equipment they're using, what to look for in different tooling and so forth. And we do the same thing with our products. So we continually go to training that is offered by various manufacturers to keep up to date, to really understand the process. And, experience is a great thing, but also education is very helpful because things do continue to change and they're updated. So we're very proactive in that part of it.
So in looking at the Titan website, I seen that you have a lot of different videos and a lot of information. As part of your mission as your company to do outreach to owners, engineers, specifiers, to educate them about the different floor systems that can be done?
We do. I think we're in a relatively unique position with the polyaspartic. Most people will understand if you say the word epoxy, what that means. So we have a bit of a challenge to have people understand what the polyaspartic technology is able to do for them, the benefits of it. So we do work with architects and engineers, end users, general contractors, and again, it's a process, but people are really pleasantly surprised when they begin to understand how the process does work.
Now, in the industrial coating sector, the challenge has always been with finding not only craft workers but qualified craft workers to do the work. When it comes to floor installations, do you have any difficulty in finding members to join your crew?
I've been very fortunate. I have a crew right now that our senior guy has almost 10 years experience strictly with the polyaspartic technology. I have another project manager that has 7 years experience. And between the two of them and the training that we do, we're able to bring folks on and bring them up to speed and maybe put them in a somewhat lesser capacity so they're not going in and have to have the full understanding of how that whole process works. But eventually over time they're brought up to speed. So yeah, that is a challenge, I think, for everybody, to find good quality people to do the type of work that we do. But the process that we do for our training, I think, helps allow us to bring that along in somewhat of a timely manner.
Yeah, I like how you pace it out. Instead of dunking them headfirst into the water and baptizing them into the way that Titan does it, you're slowly getting them acclimated into exactly what's required for the prep and then the application and things like that. Paul, we talked about a lot of different things related to the sectors that are hot and doing well, and then obviously the technology, coating technology that you use. and the importance of training and other types of skill set things that we can do with the craft workers. Related to your industry, what you're doing as a contractor and a provider and an installer, is there anything that on our conversation here that we didn't cover that we should talk about?
Yeah, I think that one of the things that becomes a challenge for the contractor is that there are so many different uh, products available, systems available. So it becomes confusing, I believe, to the end user, to the residential customer, because a lot of this, is something where there's so many different systems available, and it really becomes an education thing. As we had talked about the surface prep, people don't necessarily know what it takes to properly prep a surface. So those are things that as this industry evolves, and as we move forward with it, maybe we look to set up some various standards and so forth that I think would be helpful to the professional that's doing this.
That sounds really good. For the viewers of this interview, what I will do in the comments below, I will put the website information for Titan, also Paul's contact information as well, so you can feel free to reach out for him for any questions or additional information you might look for related to floor systems and installation and things like that. Paul, I very much appreciate the opportunity to talk with you today, and good success out there in 2020 and moving into this new decade.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jim.
Thank you very much.
All right.